What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsDocMatt. You can follow BettingPros on Twitter at BettingPros NFL every morning, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. Always being brought to you by BetMGM and our $20 offer to win $100 automatically on any event with that promo code JUICE100 when you sign up for a new account with BetMGM, BetMGM.com, or on the BetMGM application. You can take that BetMGM offer for one of the three plays I've got going for you guys here today. So, look, let me just kind of set the scene for where we are here today. This is an awkward day, okay? I've already given you one play for the Hall of Fame game. It's the only play I'm making on the Hall of Fame game. Now, we have the Discord bet conversation coming up today. That's going to happen somewhere around like 3:30 Pacific time, 6:30 Eastern time. We'll chat for 15, 20 minutes. I'm doing my radio show from the D in downtown Las Vegas, so I'll pack up the equipment, get in my car, come home, then we'll do the chat. So we're going to do that for you guys leading into the Hall of Fame game with the Steelers and the Cowboys. If you want to make a play on that, we're 7-10 on the Discord channel bet, or the Discord bet. So you guys will make a play coming up for that for today on Thursday, which could be on the Hall of Fame game. So I'm going to go a little light because you guys are going to make a bet for me coming up here today. I've got two baseball plays on one baseball game. Dan Harris hit last night. I missed my Red Sox bet. He hit his bet on the Braves to beat the Cardinals coming from behind to win that game. So 1-1 yesterday in baseball. But we've got four bets going right now. Team USA in Australia. Team USA laying 10.5 and the under 181. And taking France and Slovenia, laid 2.5 with Slovenia, and taking the under 176.5 for those two games. Four bets going. Right now, at the time of taping, it's super early. It is 6-9 Australia with 5 to play in the first quarter. Okay? So we got a ways to go. Under's off to a halfway decent start, but we got a ways to go for that game before we really have anything to say about it. So 4 plays are going. So 1-1 with 4 plays to go. So we have no idea what the day is going to look like. So I want to see where we are, obviously. We'll get up in the morning and have a pretty good idea as to where we are. So I don't want to go too crazy here. So I got 2 baseball plays for you and 1 golf bet to make to give you. I'm going to give it to you right here at the top because these guys tee off pretty early in the morning. I think it's 10:30, I think, is when we're going to see both Cam Smith and Viktor Hovland tee off. And it's at the St. Jude's WGC tournament. Both these guys did play at the Olympics, and so both guys will be jet-lagged. However, here's an interesting little stat going into this tournament. So Viktor Hovland didn't play well last year at this golf tournament. First time ever playing it. 2 times for Cam Smith. The first time he played it, he tied for 12th. The second time he played it, he didn't do all that well. But Cam Smith right now on the PGA Tour has the number 1 scoring average in the first round. Number 1 scoring average. Tied for 66th is Viktor Hovland. Okay? This is a golf course I think it sets up very well. There's no cut, by the way, here for this, okay? Everyone makes the cut. So if you want to, jump on somebody to win this tournament if they have a bad first round, it's not that big of a deal. But I think there's some value here. If you look at the way both guys played, they both played very well in the Olympics. Viktor Hovland tied for 14th. Cam Smith tied for 10th. Cam Smith shot 14 under par, went 71, 67, 66, 66. Viktor Hovland went 68, beat him in round 1 over in Tokyo, 69, 67, 64. Shot a round 4, 64, rocketed up the leaderboard after kind of tooling around. Smith, 71, 67, 66, 66. Very consistent after figuring out the golf course in round number 1, and a little bit of an anomaly for him, obviously, not shooting well in round number 1. It cost him basically a medal, given how he played the final 3 days over there, but he shot 71. I'm going to say coming back here at Circus Sports in Vegas, where I'm going to be hanging out today for my radio show, you can get Cam Smith in a first-round head-to-head with Viktor Hovland at plus 148. That's insane value, in my opinion, on Cam Smith. I think these guys are pretty similarly matched. Viktor Hovland obviously shot well in the 4th round. I was really, I'll say it, I was kind of shocked, to be quite honest, when I looked at this. And I was like, plus 148. Whoa, okay. If you can find Cam Smith in a head-to-head against Viktor Hovland, round 1, jump on this, okay? I know it's a little bit of a tough. Golf betting is book to book sometimes, but this is at Circa Sports. Cam Smith up against Victor Hovland. Victor Hovland's minus 167 on the comeback here. Again, Cam Smith, number one scoring average on the PGA Tour. It was number one last week, number one this week. 18 rounds so far. That's an average scoring round of 69.11. Cameron is going up against Victor Hovland here, like I mentioned. Victor Hovland is tied for 66th. Victor Hovland is a 70.5 average, 18 rounds for him as well. So pretty much a stroke and a half better that Cam Smith has been over Victor Hovland in the opening round of on the PGA Tour. And this is a really, this is a big, big tournament. This is a big opportunity for these guys to get out. We've got the Ryder Cup coming up, and got the playoffs coming up. And I'm taking over Victor Hovland. We're taking Cam Smith, round one, head-to-head at plus 148 for him to win for a half a unit. Let's have some fun here with a golf bet, okay? So there's pick number one. Pick number two is on the same game. It's on the Red Sox and the Tigers, third game of their three-game series. So I was going to be on the first five in this game. Well, Dan Harris is also on this game, okay? So here's what Dan Harris says about this game, all right? He says that at BetMGM, which is the same place I got my bet as well here, where we are with this, at BetMGM, money line, Red Sox. You could even take him on the run line if you want to get a little more creative, but he's okay with going and laying minus 128 on the money line for the Red Sox. Sox are motivated. Tigers are one of the worst hitting teams against lefties with a 711 OPS. Skubal looks tired to Dan, and it's something to watch with these young pitchers after last year. Coming off a season of 32 innings, he's already at 105 and a third innings. ERA by month, 333 in May. 314 in June, and 586 in July when he faced the White Sox, Twins, Rangers, Royals, and Orioles. Not exactly a murderer's row. And even when Skubal was at his best, he was outperforming his expected stats. One of the worst in the league in terms of quality of contact, bottom 5% in expected slugging against, and bottom 1% in terms of barrel rate. Red Sox should tee off on him, considering how bad the Tigers are against lefties. I think Perez can limit the damage here. Red Sox win on the money line, half a unit. Dan Harris takes my team to win against the Tigers to win the three-game series. I agree with all of that. I'm coming back with the Red Sox on the run line, first five. I'm laying a half a run on the Red Sox, first five. Martin Perez up against Skubal. And I'm going to take the plus 105 at a half a unit. So let's go wire to wire. Red Sox to have the lead after five. They can't be tied. If they're tied, it's a loss, okay? Sox have to be leading. They were leading after five yesterday. Leading after five, run line, first five, Red Sox, and money line, game, Red Sox for our two baseball plays here today. Half a unit on each of those plays, so a full unit going on the Red Sox and the Tigers game here coming up today. All right? So it's a pretty crazy day. It's, we got a lot of things to wake up to in the morning to see what we did with Olympic basketball. We've done very well with Olympic basketball, and Team USA is having, a difficult time here, down by 5 near the end of the first quarter. So Team USA is going to have to wake up here. Again, if Team USA loses this game outright, we cash a plus 800 wager. So I'm not mad as long as Team USA loses the game outright. Okay? They can't win and not cover. If they win, they have to cover. If they lose, fine. We've got no problem with that. This is the game they've got to lose. As I mentioned last night, this was a hedge bet, basically, by laying the 10.5, saying, I'm laying 10.5. We got this plus 800 on the other side. We'll win 2 units if, we'll lose a half a unit. We'll be up 1.5 units if Team USA loses to Australia here today. So I have no problem with Australia winning the game, keeping the under in play, by the way, because only 37 points being scored here so far with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. So that's right where we want to be for an under 181. That's the pace. That's the scoring, right where we want to be here. So we could win the under, lose the side, and then hit the prop on Team USA to not make the gold medal game, and that would be beautiful, okay? That's how we wind up winning 2 units today on Team USA and Australia. Other game is France and Slovenia. We're laying the 2.5, and we're also on the under 176.5 for France and Slovenia. So let's get a win for Slovenia. Win by 3, and the under coming in there as well. And that would be a beautiful, awesome day. We'd be up 3 units off of Olympic basketball here today, potentially. But long way to go before we ever near cashing all that. A lot of basketball to go here for that to happen. So let's see what happens. Okay, Discord conversation today for whatever you want to bet on for Thursday or Friday or the weekend, whatever you want to recommend. It could be UFC, whatever you want, but the Hall of Fame game is later on tonight, so there's football to bet on. We're on the under already. So the plays officially for today, under 33, which, by the way, let me see where the total for that game. Last check, it was 32.5. I think we've got some decent value on that, although it may move around more today. But it's we want preseason football. I want preseason football. Hold on, where is preseason football for the Hall of Fame game? And there we go. 32. So we have a point of closing line value. We got 33. It's now 32 in dropping. Hopefully we see even more coming in here. Closing line value, it's, not everything, but it's not bad to have some value there. 33 under. Steelers, Cowboys tonight. Red Sox money line. Red Sox first 5 run line. And Victor Hovland to lose in round 1 to Cam Smith at the St. Jude's starting today, this morning, are the 4 plays for today. 3 of them added to the play I gave you already on the Hall of Fame game. Plus the Discord bet coming later on today as well. Busy day, lots of action, morning, noon, night, it's all going on here. It's a lot of fun. It's the Daily Juice podcast right here on bettingpros.com, always being brought to you by BetMGM.